Alright, so in this video, I'm going to be showing you how to wire a light switch as a door contact on pretty much any security system. I've gotten this request on a past video. It was on my ADT SafeWatch Pro 3000. I got some requests on how to wire a light switch to act as a door contact. So we're going to be showing you how to do that. A few things you're going to need. Pretty much any Phillips head screwdriver, wire strippers, a utility knife, and that's about it. To start off, you're going to have to wire your positive and your negative into your zone. In this case, I'm using fire alarm wire. You can pretty much use any type of 2-conductor cable. In my case, red is positive and black is negative. So that will be the same for over here. I have it hooked up to zone 2. I did put in the wire already for the zone in the panel, but we'll be showing you how to connect it to the switch. So firstly, I'm going to be stripping back this sheeting here on this cable. In advance, I have my camera at a bad angle, so I apologize if I don't get much of this on video. We're going to cut into the cable, pull this back a little bit, and actually you're going to want this pulled back a lot. Okay, when you have it like that. For me, I find it easy to just use a pair of scissors to cut the extra sheeting off. You could use diagonal cutters, or technically your utility knife would work just fine. But for this case, I'm going to be using a pair of scissors. Okay, at this point, you're going to take your wire strippers. For me, this is 18 gauge solid, so I'll be stripping this back. Remember, this is a light switch. If you've ever wired a light switch, you kind of know how far back you need to go. So my positive, I'll strip it back to about there. Then we'll do that for the negative. Okay, so at this point, we have our copper stripped back from our conductors. We have our light switch here. I will link a video on how to make a hook for a light switch up in the top corner. I will not be showing that in this video. You can watch it a different one if you need to. You're going to make a tiny little loop. So we have our hook, we have our conductor stripped back, and we have our switch. So face the switch up this way so that the text of it is, the right side up and horizontal. What you're going to do, and I don't know how well I'm going to get this on video, you're going to hook your positive into the top. When you have that in and all tightened down, you're going to hook your positive. And again, I'll be cutting this out just so I can make it easier for me to wire this. But a thing to note, if you've never made a hook and you're just going off of what you're seeing me do, make sure the hook is going in the same way that the screw tightens down. So in this case, my screw tightens down clockwise. You want your hook to go clockwise. So that way it pulls itself in with the screw, not push itself out. Once you have that all tightened down, it should look something like this. Give them a nice tug, make sure they don't wiggle or jiggle or do anything like that. Okay. Future me here, make sure you tighten down that ground screw after you're done. So now it is in the system. It is wired into the system. Alright, so now that your switch is set up, your zone needs to be programmed. In my case, I have a Vista 50P. This is in between residential and commercial system. So on your 20P, you would put in 4112800 to get into programming, followed by star R56 to get into zone programming, and then you would program it from there. For me, I have a 50P, so my code's different. My code is 4140800. That's the default programming code, or I guess installer code, for a Vista 50P. So once you're in this menu, you're going to hit star 93. Yes, you want to program a zone. So 1 for yes. Set to confirm. That means you want your changes to save. Yes. Okay, so when you're in this menu, for my case, it's zone 2. So we're going to go 02 and star to enter that. Star, no response by default. For this case, you're going to want it to be 01, which is your basic entry exit 1. Okay, partition 1, that's fine. For a demo system, you shouldn't need to use both partitions. Report code, leave that alone. Hit star to cycle through it. Input type, this needs to be at 01 because we are hardwired into the system. This is wired into the system. This is not wireless. Star, and it'll give you a, kind of preview. So zone type 01, partition 1, report code 00, that's fine. And then hardwire, star, and that will save it. And then to exit programming, 00, star, yes, exit menu mode, star 99. To exit programming on any Vista panel, it's going to be star 99. Another future me here, do not make the mistake I once made of hitting star 98. Star 98 will lock you out permanently. Vista 50p system reset. Okay, so to give you a demonstration on this, I forgot that after programming, it will take a couple seconds for it to initialize and set this up to work. Okay, so we will turn this down and it will work. Star for faults. Ignore the zone name. I had this programmed originally and I forgot how to program a zone name, so I messed it up a bunch. And then you turn it back to normal and the zone goes back to normal. But yeah, that's how you wire a light switch as a door contact. Hope this helped. Have any questions, comments, or concerns, leave them down in the comment section below and I'll be happy to answer them. See you in the next one.